One way we can gauge our health very simply, we can test it at home, is with a body mass index or BMI. Should be around 25, 24, somewhere around there. We don't like it 26 and above. We start saying, that's not where we want to be at. So the body mass index, here's how you figure it out. Take your weight. It took myself 180. I took my 72 inches. I'm 72 inches taller, 6 foot. 72 times 72 equals 5,184. 5,184. So we divide these two numbers and we'll get a long number. Actually, it's longer than this. I only put the first 5 decimals. But we get a number such as there, multiply 7.3, and in my case, in this example, I come out to 24.4. Great body mass index, good. And so what would we say with that? This person's pretty healthy. That person's going to live a longer life in general and have better health. So when we look at that and we look at someone who's, say, 285 pounds with my same height, they would have a 38.6 body mass index. So what does that mean? It means they're more likely to get problems with their joints, more likely to get diabetes, heart disease, stroke, cancer, gallbladder disease, things like gout, high blood pressure, many other diseases that you're more likely to get. And of course, if you have a BMI of 24.4 compared to 38.6, you're most likely going to live less longer. Now, people always come to me and they'll say, well, I know this guy that didn't, or I know somebody. There's always outliers that fall outside, and just beat the odds. But in general, 38.6, you're going to get at least one of those diseases. So what do? So we're going to want to take this patient and start working on it yourself. Start eating better, start doing the right thing, and so you get from numbers like here to numbers like there, and end up feeling a lot better and reduce your chance for disease. So this information comes out of the Journal of American Dietetic Association and the Journal of American Medical Association. This article is the standards for overweight using mortality rates. Stands for overweight using mortality rates, yeah. Stevens and his other co-authors. And then this one article was the disease burden associated with overweight and obesity by Must and his co-authors. So we can look at a lot of sources, but these are great sources for the BMI. So we've got to think now, when you have that high BMI, take some action steps to start lowering that BMI. Lose weight, get exercise, do anything. We take patients that have BMIs like this and get them down here. Changes everything, changes their labs, changes, some of them are able to have their medical doctor drop some of their medications. If a patient just commits, we are always astonished at the results we get. Because when you go from someone here to here, that's an amazing change. Now, what are the limitations of BMI? Well, you can't use these adult numbers for children. Disabled people, if they're in a wheelchair and they can't get up, and so there's going to be muscle wasting. Pregnancy and lactation, when a lady's pregnant or after she's pregnant, when she's lactating and breastfeeding, and then bodybuilders. They're going to, create more muscle mass, so they might be higher with the BMI, but still be okay because they just have more muscle mass. So those things have to be taken into consideration. But do this today yourself. Again, your weight divided by your inches times 2, and that gives you a number, and multiply 703. See what your BMI is. If you need help, call us at 314-843-9355. We'll help you in any way we can. But changing that BMI changes your health. So go after it today, make the changes today, and become a healthier you.